Well, welcome to tonight's episode of Wizards in Glass. Wizards in Class. A bunch of us, friends and family, sitting around playing Dungeons and Dragons based on Stephen King's Dark Tower series. Again, I have no rights to any of his work. I'm just using it to have some fun. We are a mix of homebrew and 5e rules. Don't like it, fuck off, don't care. So, last time we played, you guys left Lud and boarded Blaine the Mono, who wanted to have some fun with a riddle competition. If you were to be able to answer his riddles correctly, he would not crash into the end of the line at Topeka, killing you all. Some discussion was privately had, and you guys agreed to the competition and were able to figure out most of the riddles. Azair got caught cheating once, and apparently Blaine missed Hamilton cheating. So you guys got safely to Topeka, at which point you came across a scene that was very unusual. There were no people in sight. You guys saw a very quiet and still city. Looking around, you saw cars parked haphazardly, thinking that people left in a hurry, and I think it was Faustus that actually found a dead body in one of the cars, with a newspaper that had a story of the Illuminati taking over the world and basically creating chaos that ravaged the entire world, leaving billions dead. Walking through, you guys stopped at Richard's Sporting Goods, found a shotgun. I think Luna didn't get a new bow because she was so enraptured with dead bodies all over the floor. You guys found some pistol bullets, not bullets that would fit the guns of my father, but still some pistol bullets and a broken pistol. And then you hiked out of town, or hiked to a hotel to stop for the night. And when you guys stopped at the hotel, Eth got a little magical twinge from something that was in Zoros's bag. And upon further inspection, it was Roland's diary that he had taken back in Tull. When he kind of started reading through the diary a little bit, everything went black. And then when everything came into focus for you guys, you were standing on a hill alongside a road, and a man on a horse was riding up to you, and you recognized him to be a younger Roland of Gilead, and he hailed you, and that is where we are picking up. So Roland comes up and introduces himself. He is still on his horse. He says his name is Roland Deschain. He looks at you a little quizzically, and gets off his horse and asks how you came to be here.
That's a good question. We don't know.
Crazy talking train. I remember that much.
Well, I have given you my name. What are your names?
Zoros here.
And Luna.
Rancent.
I'm Jeremy.
Roll a deception check.
This is not going to be pretty.
Things
Ooh.
really hard with you, Eth.
19.
He says, "Hail, Jeremy."
And Faustus.
He bows to each of you in turn. And when he bows to Zoros, he kind of pauses for a second, and faster than you can even see, you guys, basically his hands are a blur of motion. He draws out two guns and points it at Zoros and Hamilton's head. And you could see his face has gone completely stony, very, very stern, and his voice has gone almost to a whisper. And he says, "I will ask you this only once. Where did you get my father's guns?"
Well, I will be very specific for you, and I will be able to prove it if you give me a minute. You actually gave them to us.
It's not so much a matter of where we got them, it's more
Oh,
When?
when we got them.
We're
You
from
were
the
busy.
future.
He was busy dying. You were busy dying, and then you said take these, and then it was kind of weird and something about a man in
So
black, and then they
when-
got guns.
When Jeremy blurts out that they're from the future, he holds up his hand. Well, pretty much kind of motions for you to stop because he is holding guns on Faustus and not Faustus, Zoros and Hamilton. And says, "I will give you time for this proof that you say you have."
Okay. I reach into my backpack and I pull out his journal. And I say, I do believe this belongs to you. And I hand him the journal.
He takes it, opens up to the first 2 pages, and then closes it and hands it back, and puts his guns away. I do not know how you got that journal or how you got those guns. At this point, I don't want to know. I cannot know how my future unfolds, lest it be changed accidentally. But since you have those, you must have been people that I felt I could trust.
That is correct. We actually are acquaintances. We're both on a mission, a quest, a journey. I know you said you don't really want to know anything. However, it is very possible you are currently on that very journey at the moment. So I don't believe I'm giving anything away when I say that we are looking for
He
the
holds his hands up. I told you, I do not want to know my future.
Okay, then I will tell you our present. We are looking for the man in black.
I've got his hat, and he wasn't even interested in me.
Is anyone really?
Occasionally, I have an odd new growth, and people go, "Look at that!" or "What the hell?"
He says, I know of this man of whom you speak. He is currently back in Gilead alongside my mother. I don't know why you're looking for him, but I share no love for him. But it is quite a ways from this location.
Okay.
Where is this location? Where are we?
We are outside, or pretty much on the outside of a village called Mejis. I have been sent here by my father to seek out some traitors that have been heard of in Mejis. I am going under the guise of being sent to count their horses for the forces of Gilead. And while I'm there, I'm to look out for any of these traitors and dispatch them. They are working for someone that goes by the name of John Farson, but I believe him to have connections to the Man in Black, or as I know him, Martin Blackcloak.
Fair enough. Can we be of any assistance?
If you'd like to come along, I was supposed to be sent here with my good friends Cuthbert and Elaine, but unfortunately they were not able to join me on this mission. So any help would be appreciated.
Excellent. Can I realize we've just met and I am more than happy to purchase. However, when you passed your guns to myself and Hamilton, we did not have, they had been well used and we were low on ammunition in our journey to get here. We have managed to squander much of the ammunition that was left, and we really could use some ammo for these guns. Is that something that you can help us with?
Possibly,
Excellent.
but I still need time.
I get it. Not a problem. How about we prove our worth? We help you dispatch these traitors, and as a show of good faith for us helping you, perhaps you can hook us up with some ammunition.
That would be agreeable.
Awesome.
Is there any proof that these people are actual traitors?
We have had some communication with some figures in the town, and we believe that they are withholding information from us in Gilead. There is talk of a witch who is doing John Farson's bidding, but nothing tangible, which is why I was sent out to try and find the tangible.
Got
So
it.
you're on a mission to get information, not necessarily.
I am on a mission to get information on the traders and take care of them however necessary.
Okay.
Verify and deal with. Got it. What are we dealing with? What kind of people are these? Are they dangerous people? Are they magical people? Are they mercenary type people? What are we dealing with?
I have never been to Mejis myself. This is the farthest west I have ever been.
Though, right?
But from what I understand, Mejis is a farming town. They raise livestock. They farm food. They supply Gilead with oil. We have heard that there are large oil machines that are from before the world started to move on, that still work and pump out oil, and they supply us with that oil as well. I don't know what, other than that, I don't know what kind of people are in Mejis.
How far are we from Mejis?
We are only about an hour away.
On foot. Remember, we don't have
Yes.
horses.
Yes.
So you said your mother is with the man in black. You're doing the bidding of your father. Is your father the man in black?
You see, when you ask that, his face goes incredibly still, and he looks at you with a very calculating eye that is very uncomfortable. He says, "No, my father is not the man in black. He is not this Martin Blackcloak. Martin Blackcloak is one of my father's advisors."
So these traitors, what did they do to be traitors?
They are withholding. We believe they are withholding what they are due to Gilead. We believe they are creating a stockpile to have forces of their own to march against us.
Okay. I apologize if I missed that part.
Okay, so if you guys are joining me, then let us head on.
What is our explanation for us being here? I know you were sent here to examine the horses and do all that stuff. We're assistants. What do you want us to do as far as intel gathering?
You are my associates. You will be given rooms to stay in if you'd like. But apart from that, you are here to help me count the horses and try to gather what information we can, and much help me however we see fit.
Excellent. Let's do this. How you feeling, Eth? You ready to go, bud?
Who's F?
Sorry, Jeremy. That's his last name. We call him by his last name, Jeremy F.
That's not my last name.
There.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
It comes after E, you know, before G.
So he gets it back up on the horse and starts heading off to the west, following the road. He goes at a very slow pace to, make it easy for you guys walking. After about an hour, you guys start to see. The first thing you see are old oil. I don't know what they're called, oil pumps, oil rigs in the fields that are, some of them are still, moving up and down, pumping the oil. Others have been rusted and are just still. And then a little bit after that, you guys notice a small town. And as you come up to the town, you see that there is a man that is standing at the entrance, and he smiles when you guys get closer, and says "Hail!" And Roland gets off of his horse and says, "My name is Roland. I believe you have gotten word of our job to count the horses for Gilead." And the man kind of nods and says, welcome all of you. I am the mayor of Mejis. We have gotten word of your arrival. We have rooms at our little tavern that you can feel free to stay in. We're here to try and make your counting go as swiftly and smoothly as it possibly can. So if there is anything that you need, please do not hesitate to ask, and we'll help however that we can. Roland says, "Thank you, Sai. If you could find or take my horse to the stable and show us where the tavern is, and we'll get set up in our rooms, and we will start the counting tomorrow." And bows and said, "Very well." Kind of snaps his finger, and then a little teenager comes over and takes the horse from Roland and says, "If you would be so kindly as to follow me." And he winds you a little bit through the town. It's not very big, maybe a couple blocks at the most. And he leads you to a very nondescript building that you come in. There's some music playing in the background. But he says, this is our humble little tavern. The rooms are upstairs, so by all means, help yourself, eat, rest. Anything that you need, just ask, and we'll help however we can. He gives you each a key to your room, and pretty much bows and walks out.
What time? Question for the DM. What time is it?
At this point, it's probably about 4:00 in the afternoon.
All right. I asked Roland. Roland's getting a little late. We camp out here, have a beverage or two, call it an early night, and get started in the morning.
That is agreeable to me.
Okay. Is that okay with everybody else?
Yes.
We
Anybody?
don't want to explore the town.
Sure.
I was gonna say, we've got a little bit of time till a normal dinner time. Do you guys want to wander around, check out the town, see what's here? Maybe meet some townspeople, go in groups of 2 or 3 and just kind of wander around?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Like I said, most of this town is just a farming community. Houses all throughout. There is a little shop. There is a small barber shop, stables. It kind of reminds you a little bit of Tull, but not necessarily out in the desert, more fields and grasslands type of setting.
Well, that was a quick little search.
But look at them fields and grasslands. Sweet.
So where to first? We're going exploring.
Didn't sound like there was anything to explore.
I think we just did.
Yeah, a lot.
Is there any people around or anybody to talk to? Or we?
Yeah, I mean, there are people going about their day and kind of winding down since it is getting a little bit later in the day. But yeah, they're just townsfolk walking around.
So he was coming to count horses, and I swear I'm going somewhere non-insane with it at this point. Do these horses look normal, or are they mutant freaky horses like from wherever we came from to where we are now?
I mean, the only horse you've seen so far was Roland's horse, and it looked perfectly healthy.
That in itself is disturbing at this point.
I mean, we could hang out at the tavern and see if that's sort of like a meeting spot for people and hear conversation. If there's not a lot, I mean, I feel like we'll not get a lot of headway if we just walk up to people that are like, Hey, how's it going? We're from out of town. Maybe that's just me. I mean,
Also sounded like a piano player had all their fingers, so that was a plus.
So what
I
y'all
mean,
doing?
I'm fine with that. We can hang out at the tavern or whatever and see what happens because I have no direction. I go where the wizard goes.
Oh God help.
He's your buddy. I mean, I carried you like a backpack, and you don't follow me around like him. So
You stopped carrying me like a backpack. I have abandonment issues. The wizard is squishy. He's not going to run away.
It's true. When I start running, I get tripped up on my own robes. But yeah, I mean, this town isn't big enough to do anything other than to go to a tavern and drink until it's time to pass out.
Or a stable because horse counting.
Okay, you guys can easily find the tavern. Again, it's not a big town at all. You hear music in the background. It seems to be a familiar song that you have heard before. But bartender asks, what'll you have?
Yes. Anything.
I mean, I can have a lot of things that are alcoholic. We have ale, we have whiskey.
I just want some water. Good.
Okay, he gets you a glass of water.
have anything like a cider?
We actually do have, it's a hard apple cider, but we do have an apple cider that we do grow here and harvest and ferment.
Sounds good. I'll take that.
Okay. Anyone else drinking, or is it just the two of you?
I'll have whatever's cold.
I didn't say we had anything cold.
Coldest.
Just the bartender's attitude,
The least
apparently.
warm.
He says, okay, and he pours you an ale, and you take it, and it seems pretty tepid.
I'll have a whiskey, please.
Me too.
Okay. He pours you both a small glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I don't need anything to drink.
Awful weird coming into a tavern and not drinking anything.
He's our designated walker.
I want to go the other route. Give me the warmest thing you have. I want to see what that ends up being.
He pours you a little glass of whiskey and holds it in his hands for like a minute or so, and then hands it to you.
He warmed my whiskey. I make it disappear, but the glass is still in his hand.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand just for the fun of it.
I mean, that was what I was going for. Let me frickin' find that because I'm on the wrong screen. Ooh. No, I think I just jammed a shot glass in my eye.
What'd you get? Said a nat 1. I couldn't hear you. 2. So as you go to try and grab it from his hands, you're trying hard to do this very quick and sneakily. And as you're going to swipe it out of his hands real quick, you actually just slap it out of his hands, sending the glass flying until it shatters against a wall.
I meant to do that. Give me a warmer one.
I don't think so. And
Can you
that
drink the whiskey and recycle it into the glass for me?
that's gonna be 30 silver for the whiskey in the glass that you just broke.
I paid more for less. That's fine.
So barkeep, what do you do for excitement around here?
Have you ever been to a small town before?
No,
There's not much in the way of excitement here.
Any good gossip?
Would you know any of the people here to be able to consider gossip good?
Is our resident drama queen.
Humor me.
Like to know what's going on.
Well, rumor has it Susan Delgado has agreed to be Mayor Thorin's Gilly. She is currently undergoing investigation for that. We have a festival coming up in about a week or so. That is the Reek Festival.
What do you do for that?
What was that?
What do you do for the festival?
We harvest, or we basically kind of decorate the town a little bit. We have a huge bonfire in the middle of town where we burn all of our stickmen, and then just have a night of eating and drinking.
That sounds like a blast.
It's kind of fun.
burn stick man. Is that what he-
Do we
Yes.
want to grab a table, folks? Or
Yeah, let's go sit down. One in the back where we can see the door.
Okay. You're able to find a table that pretty much would be you guys spread out over a couple tables, since then none of the tables are really big enough for a group of 7. But you're able to watch. You see some townsfolk come in, sit down, talk with others, greet the bartender, and just seems like a quiet night in the middle of nowhere.
Awesome. Are people pretty much dressed the same, jeans and a western shirt kind of thing, or is there anybody that's in chaps? Maybe looks like they work with the horses. Is there any appearance of possibly somebody that might fit the description of who we might run across tomorrow?
No, pretty much everyone tends to be in like very worn out jeans, boots, checkerboard shirt that's rolled up at the sleeves. I mean, very Farmer John type of look.
I like how Luna chuckled when she heard the word chaps.
Yeah, I was thinking like pantsless chaps.
I mean, we all knew what you were thinking.
They're all pantsless.
Can't help myself.
All right, well, I say we call it an early night, go get some sleep and get ready for whatever tomorrow brings.
We all have our own rooms, or are we all sticking together? What are we doing about that? Are we nervous about
they-
this, or do we feel comfortable?
I mean, the mayor did give you each a key to your own individual room, but however you decide to sleep is up to y'all.
I'm going to sleep in my own room.
I guess at this point I'd be backpack buddies.
Cuddle him so he feels like he's got something on his back.
Just slide on in and not have to pay for a whole room myself.
Sounds to me like Rancent is the big spoon.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna try to hook up with Luna.
Yay.
Yay.
Thanks for announcing your plans.
Well, I think it's a good thing to call it an early night then.
I think I have some earplugs I might be wearing then, so
Okay. You guys all go to sleep. Well, you go to bed. Whether you sleep or not is up to you. You guys get woken up by rooster crowing pretty much at the crack of dawn. How late you guys want to get up is entirely up to you. But
Well,
eventually, as you guys all wake up and get ready and head downstairs, you see Roland already sitting at one of the tables, just a glass of water in front of him. And as you enter, he says, well, thanks for joining. They do tend to get up early in the farm country, so I've been down here for a little bit. I guess we should start at the stables and see what horses are there or where else the horses are kept, so we can try and get an accurate count.
Is there enough time to get some coffee before we go?
Should be okay.
That'd be great.
So you go to bartender and order a coffee. He gives it to you, black. Says, there you go.
Chug it right down. Thank you.
No problem. Roland stands up and says, okay, are we all ready?
I'm ready.
let's roll.
will ever be.
Okay. He
I want to count horses.
leads you outside and is able to find his way to the stables. You get the sense that he might have been out last night getting a lay of the town. He walks in and finds the stable boy, and stable boy says, yep, we were waiting for you to arrive. We have all of our horses here are the ones mainly used for the town, and then there are more horses out in Mayor Thorne's pasture. And then there are a bunch of wild horses that are out west a little bit more by the canyon. If there's anything you need, let me know, and I'll help. But we'll leave you to your counting.
Would we need to know a count of wild horses?
That's what I was going to ask. Who cares about the wild ones? And why?
Ronald, do you know?
Don't know, Jeremy.
Ronald McDonald.
He doesn't even acknowledge your question.
You're a good choice.
Yeah, the nickname will stick with you forever if you acknowledge it.
He says, okay, let's start counting. And it's a good sized stable, so there are a number of horses that are in there. They all look clean, healthy. It doesn't take long to count the horses that are there.
There are more than 3?
There are more than 3.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I just couldn't count past that, so I was counting to 3 over and over as we moved along with the horses.
As you guys finish up there, he says, okay, let's go to the pasture behind to Mayor Thorne's pasture. You're able to find the house and the pasture pretty easily. The house seems a little bit more extravagant than the houses in town, but nothing all that special. You look in the pasture and there are quite a lot of horses. So Roland pretty much just sets out counting. he kind of comes to you guys while under the guise of counting and says, "Were you able to find out anything last night?"
It just seemed like everybody was just kind of hanging out.
That's
Whiskey
not true.
glass.
We heard that some lady is training to be a filly for the mayor, and that there is also going to be a festival in a week.
Where they burn stick men, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
The Reap Festival. Yes, I have heard of that. There are variations of it pretty much all across the land, signifying the end of a harvest.
Apparently, I
don't
missed this
remember the
Wicker Man
filly's
discussion.
name.
Apparently, you missed what?
The Wicker Man discussion.
Yeah. If you remember, it was Susan Delgado.
I remembered. Her name was Susan Delgado.
It was okay. I mean, it's not really uncommon for women to train to be gillies of people in power out in the country towns.
I don't even know what that word means.
I think you meant filly, but that's okay.
It's actually gilly. A gilly is how to phrase this.
A horse.
It'd be
A slut for money?
Oh,
So
God.
It would be similar to a concubine. The person in power may eventually wed the gilly, but ultimately their job is to please and possibly raise an heir for the person in power.
And there's somebody who trains them.
To be chosen as a gilly, it needs to be someone who is pure. So there are inspections that are done to ensure that the gilly's purity has remained intact.
Is there like a training manual with diagrams and pictures? I'm asking for a friend because I'd like to buy one.
No.
Oh, God.
He's also interested if there's an opening for a Gilly trainer. He would be more than happy to take it.
Or the
I
gilly.
mean, even if they, I'm interested in writing this manual now. I mean, I could take pictures, I could draw diagrams.
He doesn't seem entertained.
You notice that the entire time, and you kind of noticed this when you knew Roland in Toll as well, you have never seen him smile. You've never seen him even smirk. His face always remains very cool, very calculated. He seems like he's always watching, always listening, but he's not necessarily joining in on the fun.
For a man who I got a sweet hat from, he's really not fun.
May want his hat back. Get that too loud.
He kind of lifts the hat off of his head and says, "I already have a hat, so I don't need that old thing."
And it remains sweet.
And you look, and the hat that's on Roland's head looks like a much newer version of the hat that Rancent currently has.
Well, yeah, I don't get nice things. I understand.
So he says, he just tells you guys, we are probably going to be here for about a week. Try and see what information you can gather. If there's anything unusual that you hear about, let me know. But don't act on anything in haste. We need to make sure that we are prepared for anything that could happen.
If we're supposed to be here for a week, we're counting awfully fast.
You
Don't
did
you think we
hear
should-
all about the wild horses, right?
Look, Ronald, I asked you earlier if we cared about the wild ones, and you ignored me. Why do we care about wild horses? I thought the whole premise was you were here to count for the horses that they had prepared for to help with Gilead.
I'm sorry, who is this Ronald that you keep speaking to?
You told us your name was Ronald.
No, I told you my name was Roland.
Oh,
Roland Deschain.
that sounds kind of similar. Okay, I apologize. Look,
He's hard to
Rolo.
He just
But
walks
that's
away
why
from
I
it.
asked, because
No, I've got a question for you, Roland. What you want us to try to find out what we can about the town, and I mean, we don't even know what we're to look for in a traitor. What are we looking for? I mean, what kind of information are we looking to gather here? I mean, you can't just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, you got any good scoop on this town? Anybody a traitor here?"
You can try and find out who people work for, get to know the town members. Really just try and look for anything that just may seem out of the ordinary in a small farming town.
If we're gonna-
Go ahead.
I mean, I think a whore trainer is kind of weird.
It's
you're
not as weird as you
volunteering to
think.
go interview that one, aren't you?
I mean, if I have the option, I would like to investigate wherever that is for the week left? 6 days?
If that is what you so choose to do.
Seems very suspicious to me. Very.
So are we going to be here long enough to be a part of this festival, or are we going to leave before the ends?
If the festival is at the end of the week, I mean, we should be here for it.
All right.
Okay. So you
We're done
spend,
counting for today, though.
what was that?
Are we done counting for today?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been standing kind of talking for a bit, so you guys pretty much have gone through the noontime. It's probably about 3 o'clock at this point. So you guys can start making your way back to town and
All right.
kind of settling in for the evening. I mean, you know this since it is a farming town, most stuff tends to get done more so in the mornings, and they end early so that way they can go to bed earlier to be able to get up and do all the farming in the morning.
All right.
So you guys make it back to the town, make it back to the tavern if that's where you were headed.
If we want information and they go to bed early and if we stay up late, we might see people creeping around.
Good.
So what y'all doing?
So are we back in the traveling, right?
You are
So
back in the town, yeah.
Barkeep,
Yes.
yeah. Do you have, what kind of food do you have here?
We offer a wide assortment of meats, vegetables. What kind of food do you want?
I'll take some meat and vegetables.
It's
Beef?
not very specific, is it?
How about a hamburger and french fries?
French fries?
Okay, how about a steak and potatoes?
We can do a steak and potatoes.
All right, medium rare, please.
You'll get what you get.
Another exciting day.
I mean, the tavern pretty much stays empty until the evening. Everyone's out working during the day.
So what do you do with your time?
I learn a new skill.
What skills?
How to put up with out of town folk.
That
Well-
can't be easy.
Good for you. What skill did you learn yesterday?
How to put up with out of town folk.
And the day before?
How to prepare myself to put up with out of town folk.
Well, you said skills, and it sounds like you're just focused on one skill.
He's constantly improving it.
It served me well, as you can tell by my cheery disposition.
He is a real sweetheart compared to Roland.
So if this is a farm town, why don't you farm?
Because I run the tavern.
But did
So
you always-
who's the main farmer guy in town?
Well,
King of corn.
I believe you met Mayor Thorin yesterday.
So he's got the biggest. So what does he own all the land? Do people work for him? How's it work?
I mean, he owns a large portion of the town and the surrounding lands. People farm the land for him. He does keep a lot of the horses there.
Well, is he a good man? I mean, getting a Gilly doesn't sound like a nice way to treat women.
You act as if women have a say in any of this.
Where I come from, women have a say.
Well,
You
you're
know-
not where you come from, are you?
Apparently not. Where I come from, people are a little nicer.
Where I come from, people don't ask me all these inane questions.
Just felt like talking.
If you want the steak, I'm going to have to go back and actually make it for you.
Yeah, well, you might want to find out if anybody else wants anything, so you only have to go back once.
That would be nice. Any of you guys want anything?
So what's your soup situation?
Beans?
We have meat and vegetables.
Do those combine into a liquid form in any way?
No.
I'll take the vegetables then. Surprise me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a steak too.
I'll have a steak and some whatever vegetables are easiest for you.
Do you have any mutton?
We do have some mutton.
I would like some mutton, please.
Very well.
Steak and potatoes for me too.
Okay.
No vegetables.
Yes, mine either.
Steak.
I'll take their vegetables.
Okay, so he takes y'all's orders and goes back into the kitchen and starts preparing the food. A little bit later, he brings you out all your food. Rancent, he brought you out an ear of corn that is not cooked in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, they're kind of good that way, to be honest. I've had them before.
Nice and sweet.
Yeah.
He says, "Here you go. Here's all your food."
Thank you.
And then he goes back behind the bar and just picks up a glass and starts cleaning it with a towel.
I maintain piercing eye contact while sucking the corn off the cob.
That's disturbing.
Bartender, to be clear, not the wizard.
Too late.
I think
Barkeep.
this would be funnier.
Is there a church in town?
There is no church. We are not the religious folk. We live off the land, and we feel no need to worship any deity.
Some of us need the man Jesus around here, as you saw with my corn and eye contact. So
Okay. Then can you answer me this? What is the significance or the reason that you burn the stick men during this festival?
Well, we keep the stick men up in the fields during the growing season. At the end of the growing season, when we harvest everything, we have no need of stickmen. So, as a celebration and help get the bonfire as big as we can, we throw the stickmen on the bonfire.
Okay. Other than the tavern, are there any other businesses in the town?
Yeah, there's a barber. There is a little store. There is. That's about it.
Do you know anywhere that is hiring? Like if we wanted to actually stick around when we're done counting horses?
That I do not know. I don't tend to inquire if anyone needs help in that aspect.
Okay. Just trying to get a lay of the land, that's all.
So do you guys all know each other here? There are a few enough people that you know everybody?
I mean, when you live here long enough, you tend to get to know everybody.
Any kind of hunting going on?
No. We raise the livestock that we eat, so there's really no need for us to go out and
No
hunt
coyotes.
for. No, in the grasslands, it's pretty calm and quiet. It's why we are able to keep as many horses as we have, because there is no predators around.
I know we're counting them. How many do you think you have, though?
A lot.
Yeah, I know. Surely there's talk about, oh, we just hit 400 horses or anything like that. I mean, if you were to estimate, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If you come within 20 horses of our actual count, I'll give you a gold piece.
He says, I estimate we have more than 10.
Okay, so that means if there's 30 or more, you're out of luck.
I mean, it's more than 10.
No,
I'm still right.
number.
Horses aren't my business.
Fair enough.
My business is the bar.
I thought small towns were in everybody's business.
If you like to dance in the circle of gossips, then yes.
So there's a place to dance?
You hear music, don't you?
Kinda.
And about this time, you guys notice that you hear the same song you heard yesterday. It seems to be the same song, just on repeat. Just one song.
Is it the same song we heard in the last tavern we stayed at?
Trying to think of what the last tavern you actually stayed at was.
Well, the first one.
In
The
Toll,
one in Tull. Yeah.
it is Hey Jude.
It is a dude. Nice.
Better than the girl from Ipanema.
That is true.
I immediately leave because I can't stand that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has all of his fingers, so he can actually play the note.
Does he though?
You leave.
Oh.
The night is kind of, it's kind of cool. It's cooled down a little bit, but still warm. But you get a nice breeze rolling through.
So
Other
with so
than-
many horses and racing cattle for food and all that, is there a vet in town?
There is a doctor that works on both humans and animals, but more likely than not, if an animal is sick or injured, there's only really one thing we can do about it.
This is true.
The
Where-
mutton
where
is
the
delicious.
doctor? When
Thank you.
one might where might I find the doctor?
You'd find him in his house. He does business out of his house. It's about a block and a half down on the left.
Thank you. I'll make sure to visit him tomorrow. I'm a bit of a doctor myself.
Good to hear it.
Other than us, have there been any out-of-towners in recently?
Not that I've seen in quite a while. Not many come out as far west as Mejis.
What's west of here?
I was born and raised in Mejis. I know that there's a canyon, but not many people go into the canyon.
So how did the town get the name Mejis?
I may have been born and raised here, but I wasn't around when it was founded.
No local legend or anything like that?
Is there anybody else in the bar?
I mean, by this time, the bar has gotten a few more patrons in it. It's probably about half full at the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna start kind of wandering over and get away from this situation and kind of keep an eye on the bar, see who talks to who, just kind of gathering the lay of the land in the bar, observing people.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
First roll of the night is a 5
It's not the first roll of the night. F and Ransom have already rolled.
for me.
Oh, well, yeah, for you. You keep an eye out. You hear voices, but it all kind of comes together in the din of people talking. You're not really able to make out much of what anybody is saying.
I'm just gonna eat my food while it's semi-warm.
Okay. And I mean, it's decent steak and potatoes, not much seasoning, but it's still overall a good meal.
Well, ladies
I
and
mean, I don't know what else we can do, y'all.
No, I'm kind of at a loss myself.
I think if we ask the bartender any more questions, he's gonna get mad at us, and he might mention that to other people, and then we really won't be able to get anywhere.
I
Right.
think you've already irritated him plenty.
That's why I've stayed silent.
You and your feminism.
Barkeep, sorry to bother you. One more question for tonight. Where one might find companionship for the evening?
Yes.
Probably in a bigger city that has those whorehouses.
There's some sheep out back.
We are a respectable farming town. We don't keep ladies of the evening.
Oh, we heard you guys have a whore trainer. There's a whole school of whores.
He just walks away from you.
And
Does
Well,
not seem pleased at all.
And I thought I was the awkward one.
This is why I didn't talk, because I would have made it even worse.
We had to ask one more question, didn't we?
No one's gonna talk to us now.
Maybe instead of calling them a horror trainer, we can call it the Philly checker or whatever the hell they actually called them.
Gilly checker. I like that.
Gilly with a G. I yell from outside.
Okay. The Gilly checker.
So are there
It's got to be Jill's.
Same reason it's a GIF.
oh,
Are
Oh,
there
you're old.
here or just men other than the two of us?
What was that?
Are there women here, other women here, or just men?
No, there are other women here.
So Faustus, why don't you go hit up a woman?
I was
From
really
there,
trying
it's not.
to find more information about the Gilly lady.
Well, maybe you can from her.
Find ransom some fun.
He's already planning to snuggle up with you for the night, so
He's making it weird.
I mean,
I didn't get any of that.
Fester, if you tell them like that you have all of this nice land and you're here looking for a Gilly too.
You do see
Count
my
that high.
dirty uniform, right? I don't look like somebody with money.
Well, that's saying that people who wear uniforms, none of them ever have any money.
Except in this case, I definitely don't have any money.
Okay, but do they know that?
Fair question, but I'm sure they can tell. I
Oh,
just asked for a prostitute at the
a
bar.
whore.
You have money to pay for it.
There you go.
They're not free.
Ended yet? Can I go back in?
Yeah, you can go back in.
That didn't answer my first question. This feels like a
Oh.
trick. Okay. I'll go
Uh,
back in.
Okay. You go back in. Can't hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
That's freaking weird. How about now? What did I miss? Other than apparently Faustus asking where the bitch is at.
No, he literally said whore trainer. He literally said whore trainer.
You
Yeah.
know, maybe he wants to learn to be a whore. And he wants to get trained.
I don't think it's that kind of farming community.
Look at these ignorant fucks. I mean, what are they gonna know? I
As
say
soon
very
as you
loudly.
say that, the whole tavern just goes silent. You hear the sounds of utensils kind of dropping to the plates, and everyone is just staring at you.
I just wave.
He's not with us.
These are my friends, you ignorant fucks.
We don't know him.
Slowly, everyone just starts eating again.
So much for getting information from anybody.
I'm starting to think that our main goal will probably be trying to just get more information about the mayor himself. And because I don't know, that's the only person I could think of who would be able to.
But if he's
Potentially,
he's behind all this, he's not going to talk to us. Or give
no,
up.
but we can get more information, like if while or just listen in while we're over there counting the horses.
Yeah, you can.
I see Ranson is talking, but no. Nope.
No, he is, but yeah, we just can't hear you. Can't hear you, Peach.
I think they're muting you on purpose.
No, I think I damaged my headset cable.
Yay. That sucks.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe Faustus can seduce the mayor because he wants some ghillie training. So he doesn't seem like he's gonna do it. Now I'm getting silence from my own party.
At this point, I'm just going to go back to my room
Yeah.
and lock the door behind me.
Okay.
I know Faustus is getting weird.
The night is kind of winding down. People have been leaving and going back home, and the town seems to have lulled into a quiet silence. Night passes. You guys wake up the next morning with the rooster crowing. Roland is downstairs waiting for you.
Go count horses.
We'll tell him that last night was another bust. We did not get any more information.
Are you telling him that in the tavern, or are you telling him that?
No, like when we're on our way
Okay.
to.
So as you guys are out kind of in the pasture counting horses, he does come to you and say, so I was able to hear about something that is unusual in these parts of the world. I heard about a finny that was in the canyon. It might be something that bears checking out.
What in the canyon?
A finny.
Am I
They-
stupid, or does he use words we don't know?
It's words that you don't know, and you're stupid.
Okay.
With your looks
Like,
of confusion,
horses going
he
missing?
says that a finny is it's an area that is a very thin connection between this world and others. They're not very common at all. They're usually very dangerous. Their first sign is a very loud, high-pitched whining sound that can drive people insane if listened to for long periods of time.
Well, we
I mean-
shouldn't ranch it because, well, he's already insane, so.
I was gonna say I'll be fine. My mind got fixed. We did that.
That might be our way home.
It sounds like they got worms, so yeah.
Says, okay, if you want to go check this out with me, then we can go check it out.
All right.
So is he gonna lose his mind and shoot us in the face? Because those guns are pretty big.
Only you.
So he leads you out towards the canyon. And when you guys are on the way, you do see a lot of wild horses around. Easily 3 times the number that are on Mare Thorn's pasture. And as you start getting closer to the mouth of the canyon, you start hearing this very high-pitched whine that just sends a shiver down your spine. Roland looks to each of you and he holds out his hand, and in his hand is a handful of bullets. And he says, each of you take 2 of these.
2 bullets.
2 bullets.
Thank
But
you.
I don't have a gun.
Okay.
And after he gives you each 2 bullets, you see, and he actually takes them and wedges them into his ears. And you see his face, once he does that, becomes kind of a little relief creaks through his stony demeanor.
All
I will
right.
follow suit.
Okay. When you put the bullets in your ears, you can hear everything else that's going around, but the sound of the finny has become a lot more muted than it was, and it's not bad at all.
Does it got to be bullets, or can I cram some of my canned spam in my ears?
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Ooh, this guy seems smarter than me. I'm gonna go ahead with the bullets then at that point.
Okay. So as you guys walk in into the canyon a little bit, you hear the sound of the finny kind of get a little bit louder, but it's still not to the point that it's bothering any of you. And looking ahead, you see a shimmer in the air, and it's almost as if you were looking kind of out into the distance on a really hot day, how the heat and the light tends to shimmer and shift a bit. And as you're standing there watching it, almost getting lost in the sight of it, you see a shadow on the other side of the finny. and you see this shadow just slowly walking towards your direction. And off on kind of you, as it's walking and getting closer, you can tell that this thing is large. You then start to see two other shadows kind of coming on either side of this large shadow, and you start to feel the ground kind of shake a little bit with every step that this thing is taking.
I'm
And
gonna
you
put
just
mage
hear
armor on.
a thudding as it seems to walk closer, until finally you see this creature with red hair and blue skin with giant muscular arms step out in front of the thinny, and it just lets out a giant roar. And I will show you what it is that you see. You see that stepping out of the thinny.
Oh, he looks nice. We're gonna be friends.
And stepping out on either side of it is that.
Oh,
And with that, we can roll initiative.
I want to be clear, we gonna die, but it's not my fault this time.
Can you grab me another baggie? Yeah, you got it. For yourself, probably do.
Okay, 25 to 20.
21.
22.
You're not going first.
Sorry, 22. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I did.
Okay. I have already ordered a new headset.
Uh, 20 to 15.
16.
17.
15 to 10.
14.
10 to 5.
8.
What'd you get, F? Sorry,
I rolled
Jeremy.
a nat 1.
You know what? Wizards like to be in the back.
What?
Apparently we do.
Won't be drawing any attention early on.
18.
Okay, up first we have Rancent. You are currently right here.
Currently right there. How far away are we? Is that about 80
It's
feet,
about
I think?
55 feet.
Okay, I didn't want to underestimate. I will wiggle my fingers at the big one. Does a 25 hit?
What are you doing?
Chill touch, necrotic, cantrip.
Yes, a 25 does hit.
I got a sweet 8 points.
Okay.
And I will move, let's say 20 feet.
What type of damage is it?
Necrotic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll move, say, 20 feet forward. I don't want to get too close because I do have range for once. So
about right there.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. It's your turn, Azair. What you doing?
Are both the goats within 5 feet of the pink guy?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to shoot up about 20 feet. And then I am going to cast level 2. I'm going to throw a level 2 ice knife
Okay.
and aim for the big guy.
Okay. So that's a dexterity saving throw on their part, right?
If I hit.
Okay.
And I don't think it's 12.
12 does not hit, unfortunately.
Road.
So you try and aim towards the big guy, but you're a little off on your depth perception, and you only get it to about right here.
Okay. It says it still explodes, and anything within 5 feet of that has to do the throw. Are they within 5 feet where it lands?
They are not.
Okay. Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Anything else you're doing?
No, I'm gonna hang out there for now.
Okay. You see the Balgora kind of starts with his hands or fists kind of on the ground, and he starts taking a run, and he jumps and lands right here.
Ah, hey, buddy. We gonna be friends.
You's gonna be friends. He makes 3 attacks, 1 with his bite and 2 with his fists. The bite is a 14.
Let me figure out what my AC is. No, that actually misses.
17,
That hits.
25.
That hits. I will uncanny the 25.
Okay. That one is 7 reduced to 3 bludgeoning damage. And the
Okay.
other one is 8 bludgeoning damage as both of his fists just slam into you.
I cry as my ribs are no longer inside. Bones are supposed to be inside, guys. Try not to let this happen.
Roland quick draws his guns. And he aims it at the Bulgura. And you see the bullets as they loudly shoot out. And the creature roars in pain. You see one of those bullets just looked nasty. That is Roland's turn. Now it is time for one of the goat men. Okay. That's as far as it can get. So that is its turn. Luna, we're up to you.
Yeah, you're up.
Okay, so where am I?
You're the one in green right now.
Okay, can I move next to Roland?
Roland is down here. Is that where
Yes.
you want to go?
Yes, I want to be farther away than that from the big guy.
What's your speed?
Where would I find?
Should be right next to your proficiency bonus.
30.
Okay.
30 feet.
That's about as far as you can get right there.
Okay. And then I made up a batch of my Luna's Lightning. So I dip my arrow into that. Go back to it. That is a you have a DC 12. Do you do that before I roll to see if I can hit?
So still, you need to see if you hit first.
Okay.
And also remember to roll the d20 first to see if it does the bad stuff or good stuff.
Okay, so I got an 18.
Okay, so then that
16.
will that'll work. So go ahead and roll your attack.
Got a 1.
Unfortunately, you did not hit. The arrow kind of goes wide a little bit because you were trying to avoid hitting Azair, who's pretty much right in line of sight. And the arrow just kind of goes wild. Okay, doing anything else?
I am good for right now.
Okay. Zoros, we're up to you.
All right, I'll move up to the big guy. I have 25, so I don't know if I can get in range.
You can.
Okay. I'm gonna do my frenzy. It's a bonus attack with exhaustion, right?
Well, it's a bonus action to go into frenzied rage, and then starting on your next turn,
Right.
you'll get that third attack.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'll do my rage is the one I can use my rage, right?
Yeah, when you go into your frenzied rage, you're raging at that point. So you're going into the rage so you can make your 2 attacks against him.
Okay. 18 and 9. 18. Yeah.
18 hits.
Okay. And come on. 12. 9 plus 2, right? Because I'm in my rage.
It should be whatever you rolled plus your strength modifier plus the 2 for the rage.
Right. So it's plus 2 plus 4, 6, 15.
15, okay. And after Soros was the other goat creature. He's just moving up because that's all he can do. And then we're getting to Faustus.
All right, so I want to use my TikTok feat.
Okay, go ahead and roll the d20.
And that's bad stuff.
Got a nod.
Yeah.
So you all see Faustus just he kind of makes like this ticking sound, and then the ticking just gets slower and slower, and you see him almost as if you were walking through like water. You see him just moving very slow. So with that, so your speed is halved. You take a -2 penalty to your AC and dexterity saving throws, and you cannot use reactions. On your turn, you can either use an action or a bonus action, but not both.
Okay. So I will use my
And congratulations on being the first one to have a negative effect happen to you.
It was bound to happen to somebody at some point.
Didn't he curse me or slow me or poison? Somebody poisoned me.
No, that was just Rancid doing some fun stuff.
No, I didn't think it was as much fun as he did.
It was an accident. I didn't even do it on purpose. Speaking of which, does my cantrip trigger that?
Let me look at that. I can't remember if it was any spell or if it was specifically like first level.
A leveled one, yeah. I thought it was any, and I was just thinking that after you said it, so. Because I may have done bad stuff too.
Anytime you cast a spell, so roll a d20.
I say something, didn't I? Damn it.
Well, I was already thinking it, and then that happened, and then yeah. It could be good this time. It's an 8.
Okay, nothing happens.
That's good.
Okay. So Faustus, what you doing?
I'm gonna try to cast a spiritual weapon.
You can. Was it? Okay, so yeah, you can do a bonus action. Where are you casting it?
Right next to the big guy.
Okay, so say right there.
Yeah.
Okay. And go ahead and make an attack with it.
So since this is technically, this would count as like one of those. Yeah, it's a spell, so I kind of have to roll to see if it actually happens now or if it happens later.
No. So since it's a bonus action, you can do a bonus action. Slow doesn't have any effect like that. You just want to be able to take any action on this turn. But the
Okay.
casting of the spell, you get an attack with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. All right. So 13 to hit.
A 13 does not hit, unfortunately.
All right.
Okay. Are you moving anywhere or staying there?
I'm going to stay right there.
Hamilton.
Hey. All right. Okay, I'm that guy. I will move forward and attack.
Okay.
With the last level up, I have 2 attacks now, so I roll d20 twice, see for both attacks.
Just roll. Yeah, roll once for each attack.
Should be used to this by now. It is a 22 and a 19.
Both of those will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hooray! Since I'm hitting on both of them, can I do my divine smite for both attacks at the same time? Or I know it's casting it twice, basically. But
Let me see. I don't know if it's something that can only be done once a turn. I mean, it says when you hit, so it doesn't say a once a turn type thing. So yeah,
Okay.
as long as you have the spell slots to do it.
Oh, okay. Then I will go ahead and do it twice here. So 2d.
Go ahead and give each of those an extra d8
1 extra d8.
for each divine smite.
Okay. Nice. So 8d8. 5. First attack is sorry. First attack is 11 damage.
Okay.
The next one is 18.
So with that, you see Hamilton kind of run up and charge the creature, and you see his sword start to glow with a holy radiant light. And he makes one slash, and the creature just kind of grunts with pain. And you make another slash, and the creature just falls dead. Its body kind of glowing with the holy aura.
Oh, nice.
Doing anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. So we are up to F.
I am going to be creating a flaming sphere, 5 foot in diameter. I will create it right in between me and the lower goat man.
So about right there.
Correct. But I'm also going to be using my bonus action to basically shove it right towards him.
Okay.
He will need to do a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 10.
He failed. So he takes 5 damage. And that's it. I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Okay. Top of the round. We are up to Rancent.
Well, you see, Camel Toe kind of killed my dude that was there, so I'm gonna
Not
aim
bad.
at the top goat man. No, I just wish you'd done it sooner before we made my ribs outside.
You get for going first.
I rolled way too high for this. I'm going to upper goat man. I'm going to wiggle my necromancy at him yet again, and I'm also going to cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
27.
That'll hit.
Oh, it was an at 20, so I got 4 discs. I didn't even notice. 22 points of damage.
Okay. It screams in pain as you do that. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Suck it, goat man. I mean, suck it, party too, possibly, but a 3.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a percentile roll.
Oh, I'm sorry in advance. I keep forgetting that happens.
Bad.
59.
59.
Soros.
You kind
I
of
catch
feel
fire.
yourself surge with magical energy. You regain your lowest level expended spell slot.
Oh, I haven't expended any. It's been all cantrips. That
I
sucks.
know, it does.
I wish I'd witch bolted it instead.
You do anything
Look
else?
at me. I'm awesome. I'm glowy. You know what? I'm going to try to bonus action hide.
Okay.
I'm near a bush.
You could be near this tree and hide behind the tree. Give me a stealth roll.
I got a 13,
Okay, you feel pretty stealthy.
but I'm also surging with magic, so I doubt I am. I'm done now.
Okay, Azair, you're up.
Can I tell if the goat man that I'm closest to has any metal, like a necklace or anything? I couldn't tell from the picture before.
No, he does not.
Okay. Then I am going to try my blessing of the druid.
Okay. Roll a d20.
It's a 19. That would have been good any other time.
What are you changing into?
Brown bear.
So you see Azair start to focus, and you see her form kind of start to shift and grow this thick brown fur. And you've seen this change happen a good amount of times, so you know like what she's doing. But instead of growing, her body actually starts shrinking, and sitting where Azair was is this little tiny bear cub. And it tries to make a little roar, and it's just like a roar.
Where did you see that?
So I'm gonna.
That is adorable.
Hey, where's that little child of light? Maybe they can play together.
Reverse puberty is weird.
The one time that I get a good roll, it's for the wrong thing.
I'm sorry, little bears can't tell.
do I have the same like speed and everything as a regular brown bear, or is that like half?
Let me
I know
see.
my health and everything is
It's
low.
under, features and traits.
I would say your speed would probably be half of that as a normal brown bear since you are tiny.
Okay, I'm gonna run 20 feet back and try and get behind if possible. Is like, can I go 20 back towards the other guys down by the fallen tree?
Diagonal.
Like, so that I'm kind of protected?
You can get about right there.
Okay, we'll hang out there for now.
Okay. So that was Zare. Roland is going to take aim on the goat creature to the south.
And even 20, 30.
One of his shots misses, but the other one does hit. And he's going to burn an action surge to attack again. Both of those attacks hit. So you just see him kind of just aim his guns and just lets off a series of 4 shots, and 3 of them hit. And you see the goat creatures didn't look too good to begin with, but you see some green blood kind of flowing out of the wounds that they have caused. And that is Roland's turn, and we are up to the top one. What's he gonna do?
I'd like to keep more of my bones on the inside.
So he's going to take a kind of a running jump, and he's actually going to come right over here. And he's going to attack Hamilton.
I was gonna say he can't see me. I'm behind a tree.
Awfully stealthy for a guy with ribs sticking out.
Hamilton, does a 21 hit you?
Unfortunately.
Barely.
So you take 8 points of piercing damage as he basically stabs you with his tail. And give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God. Oh God. Nat 1, 3.
Okay. You kind of feel the green liquid that's oozing out of his tail kind of seep into your skin, and you start to not feel so good, and you are poisoned. And everyone can kind of look and see as this is happening. You see Hamilton start to grow festering boils. He coughs at just the smell of the creature close to him, and when he coughs, you actually see flies fly out of his mouth.
And that's why you don't go to horse school.
And
Let that be a
is
lesson.
That creature's turn. So Luna, we are up to you.
So, question for the DM,
Yes.
real quick. If I'm immune to disease, that I'm assuming that doesn't cover poison.
Poison and diseases are 2 different things. So poison, what it does is it gives you disadvantage on attacks and ability checks.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah.
It gives you disadvantage on attacks and ability checks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
19 on hit.
Which one are you trying to hit?
The one closest down on the bottom, that guy.
Okay. Are you using your lightning arrow or just?
No, just regular.
Okay.
Then-
19 hits.
Okay. And then 9 damage.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Now,
you doing? Sorry, go ahead.
It says I can attack twice now. So do I roll hit again, or do I just roll my?
You would roll the hit again.
Uh, 1625,
That'll hit.
and it's the same one, and it's 9 again.
Okay. That one is not looking so good, but to be fair, they never really looked that good to begin with. So
Okay. Can I move to?
yeah, where do you want to move to?
Kind of more in the middle back. I don't know, the other way.
No,
Yeah, keep going
towards
that
the
way.
right side of the screen. There you go.
There you go, right there.
Okay. Okay, so that is your turn. Now we're up to Zoros. Zoros, before you do anything, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
How do you do it? 17.
17.
Okay. So as you're closer to these guys, you see that they are just full of festering boils, pus seeping all down, and just a smell of rot coming off of them. But you manage to
Not puke.
not puke and kind of power your way through it. What would you like to do?
I'm green.
Yes.
The one that we've been hitting on is looking pretty peaked, right?
The one that's by you actually isn't looking that bad.
Oh, okay.
It's the bottom one that's looking pretty rough.
Oh, okay. Then I'll attack the one that's got the most, looks like he's in the best shape.
Okay.
Now I get 3 attacks this time, right?
Correct.
Okay. Hits. 14 hits.
14 hits.
27 hits and another 14. So
All 3 of them hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
yeah. It's gonna take some dice. Seven, 7, 2, 4 is 13, and then plus 2 times 3 is
14 plus 6.
plus 12, so 31.
31. And with that, you see this guy just fall over from the brutal bludgeoning that Zoros gave. Okay, so that is Zoros's turn. We are now down to the bottom one, which I believe has to make a dexterity saving throw for the fire, or does he just take the fire damage?
Neither. It's if he ends his turn within 5 feet of it.
Okay. So he's going to start running and do a jump and actually land right here. And he is going to attack the one that shot him 3 times. But he misses. That's just what he does. Faustus, we are up to you, but before you do anything, give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 14.
Okay, you managed to be able to hold your stomach against the smell.
All right, so I'll just move my spiritual weapon to right behind it.
What's its speed?
It can move 60 feet.
Okay, yeah, easily. Okay.
So, all right, that's going to be 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 10 force damage.
Okay. It is looking really rough. Hamilton, up to you.
I can't move that. I can move 30 feet. I don't think I can get down there, can I?
Yeah, you can get to him.
Oh, sweet. Then I'll come up behind him and I will attack him.
Okay. Your attacks are at disadvantage, so roll twice and take the lower score.
First one is 15.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm going to roll damage for the. I have 2 attacks.
Yeah, just roll damage for the first one.
Okay. I'm going to do smite again. Oh God. Oh. My data. 22 damage.
Okay, and with that, you see Hamilton just come up and just cleave and just take the head off of this one.
Woohoo.
And you are left in relative silence. You start to see the air shimmer a little bit more before it just fades, and you're seeing now just a normal canyon wall there.
I help by hiding behind a tree.
Well done.
Thank you.
I'm gonna change back to my normal form.
Okay.
Does Hamilton smell bad with his fly thing?
Hamilton smells really bad. You see the
Stay away from him.
the boils are bursting in random increments and just oozing a very sickly pus.
Yeah,
I will
they
hold
make a.
back a slight spray of vomit.
Hey,
I don't know. I
Give
don't
me
know
a
what everyone's
Constitution
upset
saving
about.
throw.
Rancid goes and licks him.
He smells fine to me.
Think you could help me out here, Doc?
In him?
Roll a 21 for my Constitution saving throw.
Okay, you are able to hold the vomit from rising from your gullet.
So because of rancid reasons, can I skin a goat man?
You can try.
And
Give me a say a dexterity saving, not saving throw, just a dexterity check.
Okay. Big money, big money. Ooh, 10.
So as you go to hold the flesh down to bring your dagger to it, you notice that the flesh just sloughs off the body and kind of dissolves into a liquid.
Man, I had big plans. What about the other one? Can I try a second time?
The other goat man?
Yeah.
Sure. Dexterity check.
12.
You go, as soon as you touch the body, the skin just sloughs off of it, and a very, sickening like sound as it falls to the ground.
I really wanted to be a goat man for reasons. This is very disappointing.
So
is there anything of use on the other guy who's not covered in boils and sores?
of use as in what way?
I don't know. Is there anything does he have any relics, anything on him, anything that gold, silver?
He just seems like a very primal, animalistic brute. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. So Roland comes up and says that this is very troubling indeed. The fact that there was a thinny this close and nobody said anything or did anything about it. These usually only happen to appear in areas where there is a very strong evil presence. I think it's about time we go back to town and see what's going on with this. And with that, he turns and walks out of the canyon. And with that, we will end the game here for tonight. So thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, just go ahead and subscribe. If you missed it tonight, I will put this up on YouTube tomorrow, and have a good couple of weeks until we join and see what's going on with the rest of the story. And we are off.